Hi everyone, can everyone hear me? Great. I can see there are a lot of response. You guys can hear me fine, right? Sorry about the technical issue earlier. I'm Amy and I'll be your host for today's AMA and we have Mr. Marcus here with us. Hi Mr. Marcus, how are you today?
It's a pleasure being here today.
So I'm one of the administrator of Elven World Community Group. Pleased to meet you guys today. And Mr. Marcus, thank you so much for holding this long-awaited AMA event for Elven World supporters who are so excited to meet you in a live session. Despite your super busy schedule, now we all know that Mr. Marcus is a busy man, so really, we appreciate you for being here, right here, today with us.
Now, it is a pleasure being here, and I'm looking very much forward to talk to you today.
Great, happy to hear that. Now, I understand that Mr. Marcus has prepared us with lots of prizes for today's session, guys. Let me explain how this is going to be. So, for today's session, we will be having two main sections. Before the first section starts, we will have a welcome ceremony in this Telegram community where you guys can participate here for the lucky draw. After that, we will then begin our first main section where Mr. Marcus will introduce the Elven World project to you guys. Then, before the second main section starts, we will first announce the 10 lucky winners who are being selected randomly from the lucky draw earlier. The second main session will then follows where we will unmute the chat in this Telegram group to allow everyone to ask questions related to the Elven World to Mr. Marcus. Well, the chat will be unmuted for 2 minutes. And after that, we will give Mr. Marcus some time to select 5 lucky questions to be answered. And all 15 lucky winners today will be rewarded with 100 EWS token each. Now, in case you are wondering what is EWS, it is the main token of Elven World, which is highly valuable as the amount of token is limited.
Now, that is amazing. So let's get started, and I will tell you a little bit more about the EWS token as we go along.
Right away. Well, here comes the welcome ceremony. Everyone, listen very carefully. Please send the applause symbol emoji. I repeat, applause emoji. Well, in another word, it's the clapping hands emoji, guys. Everyone, please send this emoji in this Telegram community now. We will allow 2 minutes for you guys to do so. You can send as many as you like, meaning you can enter this lucky draw as many times as you want. After the first main section is over, we will be announcing 10 numeric numbers. The participants of these 10 numbers, in the order of sending applause symbol emoji in the group now, will be rewarded with 100 EWS per person. For example, if one of the numbers is going to be 22, then whoever who sent the 20-second applause emoji will be the lucky winner. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready to send the emoji to the group? All right. Let's do it, guys. Let's send it now, and good luck, everyone.
Now, I'm just watching my screen. There's a lot of emojis coming in.
Oh my god, I am overwhelmed with all the emojis that they're sending. Yeah, emojis just keep flying in. Now, remember, guys, you can send as many times as you want to increase the chances of winning. You could be the one. Keep it up. Well, it seems like everyone is so eager to meet you today, Mr. Marcus. There are so many emojis flying in. Wow. Okay, guys, for those of you who just come in, let me remind you, let me explain a little bit that we are having a little welcome lucky draw game right now. All you have to do is just to send the applause emoji, the clapping hands emoji, in this Telegram group now to stand a chance to win 100 EWS tokens. This is all you have to do. Just send the emoji. Don't miss out, guys. I mean, how easy is this? All right, guys. I think that's too much emoji now. We're getting too much, Mr. Marcus. Well, as promised, we will be announcing the 10 lucky winners later on. So stay tuned, guys. Now, let's start with the first main section of this AMA event. Mr. Marcus, shall we? Are you ready to start?
Absolutely.
Great. Let's get started then. Now, Mr. Marcus, can you roughly introduce yourself and kindly enlighten our audiences by introducing Elven World? It is a great project and we cannot wait to hear more about it.
Oh, sure. Let me first of all start with a small introduction about myself. I am Marcus, the chairman of Elven World. And just a little bit about myself. I was the vice president of a company called Corning, a Fortune 500 firm listed on the Nasdaq Stock Exchange. Then I became the CEO of DR, also a public traded company. And now I'm the CEO of CS Investments. It is an investment firm which is located in Dubai, regulated by the DFSA. Now, before talking a little bit more about the Elven World, let me talk about the gaming market in a larger context. Now, the gaming market is estimated at 175 billion, and GameFi actually is the fastest growing sector and has reached over 14 billion as of today. It is further supported by the larger trend where we slowly merge GameFi into the metaverse. And now, what is Elven World? Elven World is actually the next generation GameFi 2.0. It is developed by a highly experienced professional team using an innovation token stabilization model combined with the latest blockchain metaverse. Now, we are committed to build the GameFi version of the Hearthstone legend. And now, here in the Elven World, we have three major mechanisms to play, and that is important to notice. The first one is a free-to-play, the second a free-to-earn, and the third one a play-to-earn mechanism. And we come to this a little bit later in more detail. Now, also, when we talk about play-to-earn, the question always arises, how can we make money? And I'll give you the most important pillars of value creation. Firstly, players benefit from the EWS tokens, and they can generate interest and stake EWS tokens to earn income. Second, players can stake their Genesis NFT equipment to earn money. And third, players are eligible for dividends that will be distributed by the game developer. And players can increase their combat effectiveness to increase their revenue. And again, these are the most important four pillars of revenue generation. Now that you know more about the Elven world, let me share a little bit about the major recent achievements we have had. Now, first of all, and that is one of the major pillars of our cornerstone in Elven world, we have engaged a company called Certic. Certic is actually a $1 billion company, which is aiming for one thing and one thing only. They do audits of blockchain protocols, DeFi projects, and smart contracts. So why did we have Certic looking at our blockchain? It is actually very easy to make our game the most transparent and robust game in the industry. Now, I'm pleased to announce that we have passed the audit of Certic, and we therefore delivered on our promise of a full, transparent, and stable platform for our clients. Now, second, I want to talk a little bit about our groups. And we had an official group, and we have expanded the official group to the trading group, allowing our investors now to trade equipment. Also, we have expanded to a dozen new languages, and Elfen World already targets the global market with over 100,000 of community members. And the third update I have for you is that we have actually achieved our first round of pre-sales of Warrior Genesis equipment, which was successfully by selling over 1,800 sets of equipment. Now, a quick review of Genesis equipment. Firstly, owning Genesis equipment means you enter the exclusive Genesis mine in advance to get income from mining. Genesis equipment also grants you with a 50% extra computing power as a special reward. Now, and the Genesis equipment is a high-level Epic equipment, which is the second highest level we have. Further, Genesis equipment can also help you to earn more NFTs and EWSs while playing. And last but not least, Genesis equipment is limited to only 10,000 sets, therefore increasing in value dramatically. Now, we have just opened the second round of our Mega equipment pre-sale, and the total supply again is only 1,800 sets with a price of 0.3 BNB for each. That's a wonderful deal indeed, and I'm looking forward to all of you engaging in this pre-sales.
Well, thank you so very much, Mr. Marcus, for your insightful introduction about Elven World, along with the logical analysis. Now, as promised, we will be announcing the 10 numeric numbers of the lucky draw. Are you guys ready? Yeah? Well, actually, Mr. Marcus, could you guess which number we will be announcing?
Well, I don't think it's for me to guess, but I hope you tell all of us very, very soon.
Of course we will. Of course we will. Now, let me liaise with the back-end team. Oh, I just got the 10 numbers. Well, the numbers are already pre-generated randomly even before the event to make sure it is fair for everyone. So I can assure you we are not the one, really. It's the computer who chose it. So, yep. And now, let me announce the first number. The first number is going to be 7. I repeat, 7. Now, the second number is 11. 11. Actually, I kind of like 11. It sounds like our game, Elven, right, Mr. Marcus?
It is a wonderful number, and I hope you all enjoy it.
It is. Now, the third number is 15. 15. 15. And the fourth number is 21st. 21st. The fifth number is 26. 26. The next one will be 28. 28. And the next one is 30. 30. And next, 32. 32. What are the odds? The numbers are so close to each other. Okay, the next one is 35. 35. And the last one, who's going to be our last lucky winner for the first lucky draw? The last one is 37. 37. Congratulations, guys, all 10 of you. You have just won yourself 100 EWS token each. Yay! Congratulations! Now, our admin team will prepare the list of the lucky winners now, in case you didn't hear what I said just now. And we'll be releasing the list after the second main section is over. Alright, guys? So, without further ado, we will enter our second main section of today, which is the Q&A session. Everyone is loving Q&A session, right? All right, everyone. Please feel free to participate in the Q&A. You may ask any questions related to Elven World in the form of text. All right, in the form of text, and send it in our Telegram community group. Members whose questions are picked by Mr. Marcus later will be the lucky ones to be awarded with 100 EWS token each. All right. The chat will be unmuted soon, and it will be unmute for 2 minutes only. Only 2 minutes, guys. So hurry up if you have anything to ask Mr. Marcus. Now is the best time, and he is the best person to ask. Count down to 5, and we will start. Mr. Marcus, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready, but please give me not the most difficult questions, but absolutely we are ready here.
Oh, I'm sure our supporters are very nice and will be very nice to you, Mr. Marcus. All right. The countdown will start now. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The chat is on mute. Good luck, guys. I can see the question now. Wow, I am actually impressed of some of the questions. I mean, some of them are really insightful. What do you think, Mr. Marcus?
There are definitely too many for me to answer, so I'm just trying to keep track of them right now.
All right, take your time, Mr. Marcus. Take your time. Now we have 30 seconds left. Good luck, guys. Hurry up. Okay, the last few questions are just flying in right now. Right, guys, I will count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. 2 minutes is up. Guys, the chat is now mute again, unfortunately. Mr. Marcus, now is the time. Please choose any of the 5 questions to be answered and take your time. Thank you very much.
Now, first of all, thank you all for all of your questions. By far too many to answer. So please give me some time. I look through them and I will read out the questions loud and answer them at the same time.
Thank you for doing that.
Now, let me start with the first one. And I just try to read it to you right now. So most NFT games currently suffer low player base due to the expensive initial cost for a new player. How does the Elfen World is attracting a large group of players? Now, that's an interesting question. I think we had this problem many times in the industry before, and it really is answered by a free-to-play mechanism. If you look at most of the very successful software which were launched, and I talk about many softwares in the world right now, they started with a free-to-play mechanism or free-to-use mechanism. So what we have here in Elfen World, we have here free-to-play, free-to-earn, and play-to-earn mechanism. So the initial cost of getting involved with Elfen World is set at a very low bar. You even can start to play for free, as we discussed, so allowing anybody to get involved with our community with a very low barrier of entry. Now, this in return should help to grow the community membership and also then stabilize and increase the value of the token and the game itself. I hope that answered the question. I tried to find the next one. Okay, there's an interesting one. If you don't mind, I'll read it out again. So the next question here is, can you tell us about your token metrics and what incentives are available to investors when buying the EWS tokens? And I think it's important that we talk about the EWS token because that is the underlying premises of the game. The EWS token is the ecosystem and the governance token which we have. Now, it is absolutely important to notice that the total supply of EWS is capped at 2 billion tokens. And there will be no additional supply in the future. The limited amount with other measures will protect its long-term value. And that is most important to notice here. So at Elfen World, we combine the limited amount with a best-in-class transparent system. As discussed above, we have had Certic, our audit company, looking at the metrics of the game. And that is one of the main pillars of our whole endeavor, that is transparency in a robust system. So as for the incentives for the investors, well, the EWS token holders will benefit from many things. One is the overall anticipated token appreciation Again, that stems from the limited supply and the transparent system, but also from staking tokens and from providing EWS liquidity to the revenue aggregator to get more rewards. I hope this answers this question. But again, the most important thing is the limited supply plus the most transparent system we try to provide here for our users. Now let me scroll through and try to find another one. Okay, that is an interesting one we have talked about before, but I would like to emphasize it one more time. The question is as follows. A lot of people now love the whole idea of online gaming because of the P2E, the play to earn mechanism. This shows that users are highly incentive driven. In this regard, what are the various incentive earning mechanisms for the players in Elfen World? And I think that's a very central question I would like to answer right now. But first of all, let me echo what I said before. Let me start with the market. So you're absolutely right. The $175 billion gaming market is underpinned by the fastest growing segment, which we already said before, is 14 billion. That's the GameFi market. So yeah, there's a driving market demand right now. So Elfen World, as we said, is not just a game. It is really the next generation GameFi with a play to earn mechanism embedded. And there are several ways for you to earn money in this ecosystem. First, in the game, of course, we have many NFTs. These can be traded directly on our marketplace to generate income for you. Second, equipment can also be forged and strengthened. That will increase their intrinsic value. Third, you can generate EWS tokens by staking. Fourth, you can also participate in battles between players, and you will obtain rewards for doing so. Fifth, we offer special features activities where you can simply earn income by participating. And finally, you automatically earn money whenever the EWS token increases in values. So that is the main driver of the token itself. Let me just screen some more.
Thank you so much, Mr. Marcus, for your valuable answers. I'm sure most members have similar questions in their minds, and I am confident that your answer will be beneficial for all members. Now, 2 more questions to be chosen. Be my guest.
Now I've found one more here. That's an interesting one because it's very timely. It says negative stigma about crypto is starting to be felt. Many people are leaving the crypto market. Are you sure that our future is still bright? And how do you convince us that the money which is invested can grow? Now that is an interesting interesting question because it really starts with the greater market. The question here is the crypto market here to stay? Now the crypto market has a market cap of 1.5 trillion, even it was reduced significantly in the last couple of months. But yes, the cryptocurrencies are here to stay. However, there are many cryptocurrencies which will have less intrinsic value. And let me come back to what I said before. We therefore spend a lot of time to ensure that our foundation is transparent and strong. And we ensure that our token is limited in quantity. When combining a strong foundation with an engaging play, we do believe that our currency is set to provide the value increase we all anticipated. So again, we would like to set ourselves apart from many of the cryptocurrencies which are out there because of our strong foundation and our play to earn character.
Indeed. I agree with you, Mr. Marcus. Well, here in Elfen World, we can assure players that we have and will always be putting players' interests as our priority. Thank you, Mr. Marcus. Now, I believe it's the last question now.
Now that I have chosen for the last question by going through, it's just a very, very easy question, but it's a question probably on many people's mind. And the question is as follows: how to play Elfen World? Is there a tutorial for beginners? Now, of course, we have white papers and tutorials. However, when player create a game account and enter the game for the first time, there will be some basic operations to help the player become familiar with the game. So there's an intrinsic way to learn the game by starting the game. For experienced players, of course, they can simply eliminate the step. But yes, we make it easy for new players to start in the Elfen World. It is most important if you want to grow your community as much as we want to grow it. We have to break the barriers of entry down. Tutorials and also familiar ways of playing are of most importance to us.
Thank you so much, Mr. Marcus. With the last questions, this is the end of this AMA. Once again, congratulations to all the lucky winners. And thank you so much, Mr. Marcus, for taking your valuable time for this event.
Now, first of all, you're most welcome, and it was a lot of fun to participate. I hope the next time I will be able to answer some more questions. Of course, there were hundreds of questions flying in. I'm sure you have many more of these, but we will try to do our best, of course, to get back to you accordingly.
Thank you, Mr. Marcus. Well, Elvenworld Aims has always been a long-term rewarding project, and we are working on private placement, IDO, other communities collaboration, etc. Let's play and earn together in Elvenworld soon. We will be releasing the list of winners as soon as we can in the Telegram community, so stay tuned, guys. And one more thing, and this is very important. So please remember, do not trust anyone who sends you messages about the prizes before we, the official admin team, does. And don't feel bad if you didn't win this time, as we have more prizes waiting for you in the upcoming future events. That's it for today. Thank you all. Thank you very much. And see you all in Elvenworld soon. Bye now.
Thank you so much. And again, congratulations to all the winners. All the best to all of you.
Thank you, Mr. Marcus.